that we are aiming at achieving the training with them. So I will start. Our training, first, we have been asked to train on so many topics. First one, class management. Second, how to prepare a lesson. But I think that they are not so suitable for your experience. So I really consider it as a training. We came here, excuse me, yes, I forgot something. All of us, we have one like this, okay? You have a mobile? Yes. Can you get it out, please? Can you get it out? No, not iPhone. Something like this, yes. Okay. I said something like this. Do you have one? Yes. All of you? Yes. Can we get it out? Please? Can we switch it off? Yes. Switch it off. Please switch it off. Yes, I switch it. Thank you. Thank you. This is the first step to make class management. When you want to control a class, first you prevent everything that can stop your work, stop your thinking, delay what you want. So the first step in class management is to create an atmosphere of calmness, of system that can all people give you an attention that will make you explain well. First, I used in the past to write my date. Yes, we have today, second, no. Okay. Today, as I told you that we have so many topics. First, class management, then how to prepare a lesson, using technology in teaching English. I think there's so many topics, Mr. Ali, listening to them coming from our supervisors. But now we will focus on what you need. We came here not to train you. You are experienced, but we came to exchange our experiences with each other. See? So first I will make an introduction, a very simple introduction. Mr. Tahir will explain to us how to use this board, the problems that can face you during using it, how to repair it. He will give an example on how to use a smart board. Yes. This is a teaching aid. Teaching aid. It is not the main thing in teaching English, but you yourself as a teacher are the main source for giving information. I am traditional sometimes because I believe in live teaching. Live teaching, L-I-V-E, not L-I-F-E. Live teaching means that your personality, your body, the accompanying language will help you as a teacher to convey what you want. I think you got the idea. So live teaching and you smile, your facial expressions, this is also another language. This is a teaching aid that will help your students to acquire better. See? So, but the new trends in teaching use a smart board. First they began with this system, what we call overhead projector. And so these are tools that will enable me to overcome some problems. At the beginning in teaching English, we face the problems in teaching passages. How can I teach a passage? Must I write it on the board and waste all the time writing a passage containing 120 words on a board? It was a waste of time. Then we came to something that we had in the past, notes. Printed notes. We used to cut the paper and stick it in the notebook, see, and then answer it. But we, our responsibles so that this is a kind of propaganda for the special books, so we stopped it. What is the alternative thing? What is a substitute? What do you want us to do for this? How can I put a message on the board? And we became very happy when they created or they invented the overhead projector, and we have slices, so it was a step. The new step is a smart board. When I saw it, I admired it very much. But we call again that it is not the core of your teaching. It is not the most important thing. The most important thing is to have the information in your mind and to give your personality or your personal impressions to touch the hearts and the minds of your students. First, I will begin with class management. I'll give just the hints for the topics that they asked us to train you on. Class management began with radar control. Radar control. You know radar control? That means eye control. When I explain to you now, I'm speaking to you, I see the master who is sitting at the back and the miss here, and my ears are with my colleagues behind me. So this is what we call radar control. I should, in just seconds, to see all my students, not to get within my back. Not to give my students my back and right, and they are playing with each other. Stop talking, you know, with the stick. No, this is eye control. I see everything, every movement you do. I know who is sitting at the back. Is he putting a leg on a leg or no? In spite, I am not seeing his legs, but I see from my impression and my view to him that yes, he is relaxed, he is not giving me his attention, and so this is what we call radar control. You should first see everything, every movement in the class, so you make a control. When you control and create an atmosphere of silence and attention to you, you can tell them whatever you want. See? And they can acquire. Second, your personality, that you will give them the information through. Don't let your own problems at home and they come here forgetting everything except your students and the information in your mind and the way that you are going to convey this information to them. You should give the information with a smile, when you need, with firmness, when you need firmness, when you find that the control will go out of your hands. So try to be fair, to look to everyone. Is he with you? Is he giving you attention? Is he paying you attention or not? You can alert him, okay? You can give him that you are seeing all what happens in the class. But this is a kind, we call it is a kind of imposing the system on them. No, there is something else. Suspense. What is suspense? Suspense is the most important thing in our life. You make suspense at every time you live. You make suspense at your home. You make suspense to your sons and daughters. You tell them, yes, I will give you a present when you get high marks. This is a kind of suspense. Suspense. When I write this, yes, what will he write here? You don't know. This is a kind of suspense. There is a suspense when you come here. What are they going to train us on? This is a kind of suspense. I used to explain. We are going to class management. I am sorry for my bad handwriting because I didn't use to write with this pen. I used to write with chalk and two big on the board. So this is something new for me. So excuse me for this. Class management. We spoke first about we spoke first about eye radar or eye controlling them with my looking, with searching every expression on their faces. Are they content with what I say? Are they angry from what I say? Are they desperate from what I say? So I can understand from their facial expressions, are they enjoying what I say or not? So I can understand that they understood, they put the information that I wanted to convey or not by just looking. That is eye control. Then we come to personal attitude. They call it personal attitude. Your personality that you are going to impose upon them to respect you and to listen to you. Okay? Then we come to the third step in class management, that is suspense. Yes. Matters change every time. From time to time, there are changes. Is it to better? From the point of view that the people who are making these changes, we are changing to better. Some oppose this, some agree. So this is life. No point of view is absolutely correct. See, everyone has point of view, and everyone has the justifications for his point of view. In the past, we used to teach a book called Practice and Progress. The first step is the aim, or the aims. See, I write the aims that I am going to achieve after teaching the lesson. Then we come to teaching aids. Yes, it was a blackboard. See? Then we come to presentation. The presentation of the lessons in the Practice and Progress begin with an oral summary of the passage, an oral summary of the text. I used to repeat this summary 3 times with 3 different speeds. You understand? Okay? First, let us say that Oliver Twist, as an example. Oliver Twist was an orphan. He was put in an orphanage. He suffered so much from the cruelty of the people responsible for the orphanage. He escaped to find a better life after being sent to another man who was also more cruel than him. So when he escaped to London, there was someone that was pursuing him, looking for him to kill him or to get rid of him, as the mind answered. After this summary, I tell him that I am going to ask questions. So I made suspense here. all the students are listening to me, and I summarize. I repeat the summary again with higher speed. Then I repeated speaking quickly like native speaker, imitating native speakers. See? Then I ask the questions. Comprehension questions based on the summary that I made. In this step, I made my students listen. See? Then when I ask them questions, I make them speak. You see? When they answered my questions, they understood what I did. Do you understand? So the skills that we're speaking about, listening, speaking, reading, writing, with understanding. Yes. In this step, I collected all these skills. You see? But now we say presentation should be divided into two parts, vocabulary and the structures. So I come again to our point that we were speaking about, the four skills of teaching English: listening, speaking, reading, writing, with understanding. You see, I used the first to summarize the passage, or to summarize the material of the lesson 3 times. Then I follow this with asking comprehension questions. All this I did, and the books were closed. Just he is concentrating, he is making focus on me, on how my lips are moving during my pronunciation, on how I am reacting towards the text. How do I love this text? How I carry out the mission with a smile, with hope that they will answer questions, with making stoppage every time when I finish the summary. So, in the past we used to apply the 4 skills without teaching them, without speaking about the skills. I did it, and we used to do these steps inside the class in just one step. The summary of the lesson 3 times, then asking the questions, then answer the questions that you understood the text of what I have explained. After this, I say, open your books. Then we have class management. We begin another stage. This is the presentation in the past. I am making a comparison just to tell you that matters change. And these changes are not absolute, are not rules. The steps of preparing your lessons, they are not something to be imposed on you. I am with the theory that says these are suggested procedures for preparing a lesson. Someone says, my supervisor said, write these steps like so and so and so and so. He is correct. Another one said, our supervisor came and said, no, change this and write this. He is correct. These are point of views. These are human ideas. And the human ideas are not a final, are not facts. Are not facts. They are just points of view. What matters is what you do inside the class. Not what you do only. What are the results that you are going to achieve? What do you students understand after what you made very much effort inside the class? What did they get in their minds? That's what. And how do you understand that they understood? When you look at their faces and you see that they are content, they feel satisfaction of what you have done. See? Then we return again. I'm awfully sorry that I went to another subject, but to compare, to tell you that the steps of preparing a lesson are not a kind of Quran, no. They are just human points of view. But what matters us as supervisors, what did you do in the class? What are the results you have achieved after you apply these points of view, not these steps? We return to class management and we said suspense, yes. When I asked them a question, yes, Oliver Twist was not an orphan. Do you agree? You said, you said that Oliver was an orphan. How this teacher says so? Mr. Oliver Twist was not an orphan. Do you agree? So I made suspense. No, he was an orphan. How did you know? Yes, he was put in an orphanage and his mother died while giving birth to him. So I created an atmosphere of reaction, of giving and taking. He spoke. He spoke. So he listened. You see, he understood. He answered me. He spoke. You see, I made suspense inside the class to create an atmosphere of attention towards what I say. Not to leave him play in the pen or play in the book. Then, this is class management. Class management that is ended with home assignment. How can I attract him to come to the next period and to tell me that, thank you, I understood what you did. These my answers. So home assignment should be based on what I have explained. Excuse me, Mr. I find that most of us now are teaching the exams. And when you enter the class, please, we are teaching, and our aim is to make our students succeed or excel in their exams. But when inside the class, we should be a teacher of English, of everything in English. You see? And inside this, you make a coverage for the questions of the exams. See? Then I come to presentation in the old way, not in the new way. When I write class, yes, I write it a class. You see? Yes. Come to put it in the plural, classes. We add ES. You see? Excuse me, my colleagues in the secondary stage, we are teaching all. We are telling all the stages. Primary, prep, and secondary. See? Class, yes, we come, classes, yes, yes. He is from a low class. This person is from the low class. We have, yes, people are divided into classes. High class, medium class, and low class. There is another meaning for the word class. Yes, there is a word, there is a verb. What is the verb from class? Classify, yes, yes. You should classify these things and to put every type with each other. Yes, so there is, by this, and when he classifies things, he made classification. He made classification. So this is what we call analytic way of teaching English. Analytic way of teaching a language. You see, not just class management. This is class. Thank you. I know today the word class. No, we had class, classes, classify classifications. Yes, try to widen the scope of your teaching, because you don't know what word will come in the translation college. You don't know. So when I widen the scope of the vocabulary, I guarantee that my students will be answered to understand any passage. I tell you, something happened in the past. I was in Shibir al-Qom, and one of my colleagues said, do you see this word? After the exam of English, did you see this word before? What is this word? Yes, it is contamination. Yes, we used it to say pollution. You see? Then contamination. Yes, I saw it, but it is not in our syllabi box. No, I used to read Egyptian magazine, and I found this, and I looked it up in the dictionary and knew it. No chance. So I widened the scope of my vocabulary. So I put the word, but some of my colleagues didn't see it before. So they were amazed. How this word? How can they give the students this word? So please try not to be satisfied with just one word when you teach. Class, no, we said classes, people are divided into classes, we have classify, we have classification. Management, yes, manage. To manage something, you know, to manage, to manage, to try to supervise it, you see? We have managers. We have a manager, yes. We have the manager of the factory, but we have the director of the school. You see? So there is a difference between manager and director. Although in the translation in Arabic, they are the same, but the usage in English is different. You see? Okay. So that's enough for the class management.